vlogging again, but this time it's gonna be about, I'm gonna call, of course, right now. All right, that was the mattress guy. We're getting a mattress today, Tempur-Pedic. This is not a sponsored ad, but those things are comfortable. Anyways, where was I? I'm back and I'm vlogging again, but this time it's not about my life. This time, well, I guess it is kind of about my life, but this time it's more specifically about the business that I'm building. So there's been a lot of things going on in my life. For one, we moved to New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another thing that happened is we got a dog, Hanzo the Shiba. I'll tag him right there. The next thing is that I'm starting a business, and that's probably one of the biggest things that's happening in my life right now. And I want to take you guys through it from start to. I was gonna say finish. I guess that's appropriate. I shouldn't say finish. Like I'm gonna go out of business when I'm not even started yet. But from start to finish of the process of creating the business. I haven't created an LLC yet. I haven't done any of the other stuff besides working for the clients that I already have. I've been working as a sole proprietor, a freelancer, a solopreneur, which is totally legal, completely fine. And now I want to take my business to the next level, create an LLC, and be a true business and be able to scale to the next level. So I'm gonna take you guys through it because it's can be kind of complicated. It can be a headache, and hopefully you guys will learn something out of it as I go along, learning and educating myself. And if you don't want to create an LLC, maybe you'll get some entertainment out of this. I don't know, but I hope this becomes valuable to someone out there. And that's basically it. A lot of cool stuff happening, and now that we're finally moved to New Mexico, I feel like I can finally settle. The last couple months I've been in limbo because I wanted to set up an LLC in Florida, but then I thought about it. I was like, I'm only gonna be here a couple more months. I'm not gonna be doing business here, so it doesn't make sense. And there's a lot of incentives to create an LLC in New Mexico. And maybe I'll go into that later. So with that said, there's a lot of stuff I gotta do today, and it's already 2 o'clock, so let's get going. I can't take you guys with me because I gotta take this guy. He's been inside all day. We played a little bit earlier this morning, and you're so cute. I'm gonna take him to the post office with me so we can get our mailing address for our business, because actually I'll tell you guys that later, but we're gonna go get our mailing address for the business, right? Okay, I'm back from the post office. Actually, I've been back for a while, but I wanted to get you guys caught up on what I'm doing and where I'm at with today. So I'm gonna bring you into my computer real quick. As you can see, I'm using a program called ClickUp. Really good program, great for project management. I've been using it for a while, and you have all the good stuff. You have the list, you have the board, you have the calendar, you have the company. Highly suggest it, but that's not what this video is about. Let's get into it. So as you can see, I have a document within my project, and this project is the launch of my company. And now you'll see a bunch of categories and checks and non-checked things that I need to get done. This is just obviously you guys can tell it's a checklist. Nothing complicated, it's a checklist. And I'm using a checklist to help keep myself organized, but also to keep track of where I'm at. I'm also using the boards and the list and the calendar. Within the calendar, I have a pre-launch, and with that pre-launch, I'll be offering my pre-launch price for my services. And when I launch, I'll be offering a higher launch price. That will happen probably in the next couple weeks. But before then, I have to get all this, well, not all of it, but I have to get the majority of it done. So let's just go through some of it. As you can see, I have checked off a couple different things that I've already done. If we go to hire contractors, I've already completed some SOPs, not all of them, but enough to get by. I still have to do a couple other things in terms of legal things, like get an NDA and a work agreement drafted up. Also, phase 2 of my hiring process, and gather some interview questions to ask those potential hirees or contractors rather. And then we have a bunch of other stuff. But let's go back up to here. The first thing that I did today was the mailing address. The reason why I did a mailing address is because, okay, I'm gonna save you guys from watching that almost 3-minute section of me babbling on about why I bought a mailing address when I could have said it in like 30 seconds or less. So the first reason is privacy, and then the second reason is to have a mailing address that I don't necessarily need to change if we move out of this apartment in like the next year. It's a pain in the butt to change it through the Secretary of State, so if I can not have to do that by having a mailing address with the post office, I'm definitely gonna do that. Okay, so there you go. I saved you like 3 minutes of me babbling on. Back to the video. So I got a mailing address, we can check that off. After that, I was able to file my LLC with that mailing address. As you can see, I already came up with a company name. I checked off web domain because usually when I have ideas and I really like them, I start buying things up like social media accounts, web domains. Once I'm real serious about it, I'll file for an LLC. The next thing is research requirements for the state. I've done that. I'm honestly gonna have to do a little bit more research. Albuquerque has like a business incubator or something like that. I'm gonna call them and get a little bit more clarity on some of the things that I need to make sure of, like if the county has different fees that I need to be aware of. The next one is operating agreement. I was gonna do that today, but I don't think I'll have enough time. I have to do some other stuff. Probably get around to that tomorrow or later this week. Anyways, this is the main stuff, filing for the LLC, because now I can really get cranking. I can open my business account, I can open a business credit card, I can do QuickBooks already, but I kind of want to wait. I can figure out the taxes, and I can really start separating my personal stuff, because before I was working as a sole proprietor, and that gets messy because things are intertwined, like your bank account and your business stuff is intertwined, and it's hard to separate those things, especially when tax season comes around. So filing an LLC really makes it a lot easier, and having a separate business account really makes that a lot easier and keeps you out of trouble. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I've been serious, and now it's really time to take this up to the next level. So I want to start scaling, and I want to make sure I have everything separated. That way there's a clear line between my personal stuff and my business stuff. Also, an LLC is there to protect you. So if I kept intermingling this stuff and say someone wasn't happy with me and they wanted to sue me, they could potentially take my stuff. Whereas an LLC, that protects you as the individual from lawsuits and whatnot and legal actions. So anyways, again, we have this big checklist. I gotta go through it all. You'll probably see me do a lot of this through the coming weeks. I wanna document this and really show what it takes to get a business up and going. Okay, now with that out of the way and you have an idea of what I'm doing and my plan, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting some of these other check marks checked off, and one of those is creating a G Suites account. It's easy enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Like I said earlier, I don't know if I'll be able to get much of anything else done today, but that's an easy check mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, so we've crossed out a bunch of things on the list already. The next thing I need to do is create a video test for the potential independent contractors that I'll be hiring to help me with some of this work. Part of scaling and part of working for yourself, the thing that's the hardest is juggling all these hats. So I need to hire out someone to help me out with the fulfillment side. That way I can start scaling up. Because the problem that I'm going through right now is I'm juggling between finding more clients, fulfilling the services that I'm getting paid for, and then going back and forth. And both take a lot of time. Finding someone to hire for the fulfillment side, the editing side, while I do the other stuff, the CEO stuff, the bringing in more client stuff, and helping out with the edits when I can is gonna be really, really key to scaling this company. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be filming a video. It's gonna be a test for the potential independent contractors to see what their editing skills are like. That way we can make sure they're a good fit. Okay, it's later in the day now. I switched out of the stuff that I was wearing earlier. Now I'm gonna go back into ClickUp and we can kind of go through some of the stuff that we've done. This is just gonna be kind of a recap. It's the end of the week, it's Friday right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be filming much Saturday and Sunday. I'll probably still be working on things, but I just don't know if I'll be filming all that much. Anyways, let's get into this ClickUp and kind of polish things off for the week. All right, so I crossed off phase 2. That's the video for hiring the potential independent contractors. I have G Suites crossed off because we did that yesterday. And that's basically it for today. There's a lot of law stuff on here, and I'm probably gonna get that taken care of this weekend. And then next week we will finish, I've already started a VSL, so I'll finish that. I will probably work on the landing page a little bit, then probably do some social media stuff. That way next week I can put out a promotional post for the upcoming pre-launch. We'll jump into my calendar. I don't think I showed you guys the calendar yet, but this is what it looks like so far. And so far we're pretty much on schedule. When I first set this up, I was a little bit ambitious, especially just moving here and just getting settled in. So I actually moved everything a week down, but now I feel pretty good about it. Today is the 10th, as you see. We did all the hiring stuff, so that's pretty much done. I mean, there's, the NDA and all that stuff that I still gotta get done, but that's basically done. This is the social media post I was talking about. And then we have the promote pre-launch task right here, and that's gonna be just me posting on it, Instagram, Facebook, all that. I have Wednesday as the due date for the VSL, and then Friday the landing page due date. The bank account is down there because I think I should be getting the information for the LLC back, and then I'll be able to set up my bank account. Other than that, I think everything's looking pretty good. I feel like I'm gonna be missing stuff, but that's how these things go. Like, you're never gonna be 100% prepared, but all you can do is what you can, right? So I'm gonna try to do as much as I can and try to get everything that I can think of finished. That way I have a successful pre-launch, but I'm sure I'm gonna miss things, and that's just the nature of the beast. But being prepared as much as I can will definitely help. All right, cool. So that's basically that, and I think we're gonna wrap it up for this week. I will see you guys next week. If you like this, make sure you like this video. Punch the notification button in the face. Subscribe, like the video, and you guys will be able to tag along with me during this journey of opening and starting a business, a creative business, where you do cool things and create stuff with your mind. All right, peace.